Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, I'll bump this. I'm up at my usual time, 4 a.m. And you may see the coffee up there and think, aha, now we know why you're staying up so late. But no, this seems to more be like my afternoon, where my sleep schedule's working, so I don't know. I have coffee in the morning, then I usually drink something like tea or anything. But let's get back to knives. So, I was expecting my case knife to arrive like Friday. This is like Wednesday morning, 4 a.m. And I've got, they sent me a tracking number and everything, so I've got it to where it'll send me a text message, whenever it's moving around and doing stuff. And it's in Dallas, so I might get it today. And that's part of the anticipation. So this is just like late at night, even the Western Channel at like at 3 a.m. in the morning and stuff, they stop showing Westerns and they start showing paid programs and stuff. I made a knife sheath. Basically, I just stitched this one together. This is that sheath, but it works out pretty well for this guy. All I had to do differently was, because there's that width, I had to leave these two stitches out. And the sheath is really a little bit longer than it needs to be, but it works as a sheath. But as far as the end, the tip comes, you could cut this off and stitch some holes and make it shorter, but it doesn't hurt it like that. And all I did was basically sew it the way they said, like a whip stitch. Sew it all the way through. It wasn't really, they did all the hard work for you. They did the shaping and everything else. And then before I stitched it, I just tried the knife out in it and said, well, if I stitch this right here, it's going to be cutting through it every time I put it in. And do we really need it? No, it's more kind of a friction fit. This will still, keep it from falling all the way out, but I think you could pull it through the handle if you had to. And then it's just one of these, split belt loop type of things. And then I took mineral oil. There's better oils and stuff like that. There's like that Obenauf's. I was thinking about getting a little jar of that. Let me get some coffee. But yeah, I guess I'm going to call these like late night knife thoughts or knife talks or whatever. But yeah, I like trying all different kinds of knives and getting different knives and stuff. This one's cool in that it's like an Opinel. An Opinel, you have to switch it over to lock it, an Opinel lock. But this one locks automatically like a, it's a liner lock. But the button pushes a different way, the release. You go up, you push up this way to release this type one. But yeah, I like this knife. It's cool. I haven't cut anything with it yet. And the little roper I've been carrying around. Now, yeah, they make leather sheaths, that are designed with a belt loop to fit in there. And this one, possibly could fall out if you're doing a lot of industrial stuff or running around and jumping around. But like I said, just getting up, walking around, or even just sitting down. The advantage of having something at your waistline, you don't have to shift your position. I mean, it's just right there. And it just sits like this, just right like that. And because it's so small, I think it's a combination of the weight and the compactness and size and everything. But anyway, I've been carrying it like that. And if it falls out, it's going to fall out here in the apartment probably. And join Cracky and all the other hidden knives that are out there. But one of the things I'd like to say about my thought for tonight's discussion, or this morning's discussion, or whatever you want to call it, is if like getting in a rut or fixated on a certain brand, this is going to be my second case knife coming in, and I've discussed before my reasons for not getting case knives and leeriness about them, is basically you're paying more money, and if the fit and finish is not as good as a Rough Rider that you're paying $15 for, well, yeah, this is made in China, all right, and what's the other argument, that I've got to pay 4 or 5 times more? The other one's made in America? Well, come on, man. Give me something more than that, Country of origin. If your whole country is known for making crappy knives, if your whole country is, then yeah, you can use a stereotype of like, yeah, Chinese knives or Pakistani knives or whatever country, it is bad because they're all making them bad. But if some of them or majority of them or the particular one you're talking about makes pretty good quality knives, even though they're in another country, then they're good. They're a good knife company in my mind. I don't care where you're from, China, Japan, Outer Mongolia, the third asteroid, moon belt. I don't care. That what I care about is the knife itself, the fit and finish. Now, I would like to support America, like with Case. I would like to support my own country, workers, like you still are supporting workers when you buy a Chinese knife, like if you buy them from Smoky Mountain Knife Works, because already there you're supporting a company that's employing Americans and somebody's got to import it, and you're supporting the whole supply chain. It's not as direct as an American worker, but hey, I was an American worker too, and what did they do to us? Our workers, every time they would say, we need you in increased productivity, we need you to do better, constant improvement and all this, and then they shipped our production overseas to China. We had no say in the word whatsoever. So when you talk about supporting Americans and everything, yeah, if the CEO and the company and everything is American, then fine. But if they outsource their stuff to another company, you've screwed yourself over. You're not doing anything patriotic. You're not helping your country or the workers themselves whatsoever. Sorry I got off on that rant, but a lot of people, they look at a knife and they go, "Ooh, China, ooh, communist." No, I'm not gonna. You should buy a better knife. You should buy one that's made in X, Y, or Z country because I like it so much. Okay, fine. You buy your knives where you want to buy them. I buy mine. I mean, if you're giving me the money or you're giving me the knife, then yeah, you can say it's great, and I won't disagree with you because it's free. But I mean, as far as like as a sponsorship or something, that's never gonna happen with me. But if it ever would, I would just give my honest opinion. Like if this company said, all right, we're from Portugal and we're gonna give you this free knife if you review it. I'll do like Nick Shabazz and all these other ones say, is like, all right, but I'm gonna give it my honest opinion of what it is, and the good, the bad, and ugly type of thing. And I'm not going to concentrate on one or the other, but I'm not going to hide something if it's defective. But anyway, I don't know why we're getting off on that, but it's sort of like, some people are like, you should buy this type of knife or you should buy that type of knife. Thank you for your suggestion, and I mean that not in a sarcastic way or anything, but if you start getting really trying to be persuasive, like threatening, I'm going to do this if you don't do that, or I'm going to stop watching your channel. All right, go ahead. I'm not stopping you. I'm not forcing you to be here, I'd like you to be here, but I'm not going to alter my behavior just because, somebody doesn't like Chinese knives or thinks that I should review other types of knives more often and all this other stuff. I do like to try out different knives. It's just like a Mora knife. I love Mora knives. Someone sent me a Mora knife, just a standard basic Mora knife. It's not this one, not a companion. And I got oil on this one. Because it's carbon. I've already got the patina one on it. But I love them. They're inexpensive. I don't know why. I just never, it just never, I never came across them, you know, in my thing. So it was like discovering something you didn't know, you know, that everybody else knew that was out there. But, yeah, anyway, so yeah, it's just kind of like the anticipation of a new knife coming in, hoping it's going to be good. It looks good in the pictures, you know, but it's a lot of money. It's not, you know, it's not like $500 or $1,000. I was looking through Blade HQ at some of theirs, you know, like new arrivals and stuff, and you're looking at knives that are like, first it was like $500 something. I'm going, God, man, that's a lot of money for a knife. And I just keep scrolling through, and it's, you know, new arrivals and all kinds of shit. And it's like 1,000, and then 5,400, and you're like, what? For a knife? Come on, man. Jeez. But, I mean, if I had all kinds of money, $5,000 might not mean much, so. Anywho, that's all I've got there. It was just like a little short rant, but that's just like, you know, if your passion is for a particular brand or type of knife, put up a video, put up a YouTube channel and show us what you've got and talk about it. And it can be all just about novelty knives or Victorinox or, you know, bug outs or whatever you're really into. And if you don't like Chinese knives and stuff, that's your chance. Now, this is just like an amalgamation of comments and stuff that's going on. It's not like one particular one or anything. So don't think that, you know, I'm going crazy just because of that or anything. I'm just saying, when you put up a knife channel, it's your channel, but it's up to the world. You know, I mean, you put it out there to the world. And as you know, I can get pretty personal in my personal life about what's going on and stuff. But I also have some privacy and some morality and beliefs and everything. And things that I'll tolerate and not tolerate, you know. Things I'll put up with and not put up with. And I like budget knives and I like expensive knives. And to me, the case that's coming in, the Tribalock, you know, clocking in like $80, that's just like a beginning. That's like a starting price for like a flipper and stuff, you know, like one of these, Civivi or something, you know. You're starting out at looking like at least $30, $40 just to get into that game. Well, that's like the upper limit on a traditional or inexpensive knife. So that's why I usually keep it with Rough Riders, marbles, stuff like that. It's because things I can afford. It's not that I don't like these other brands and stuff or like other types, like, you know, have a complete collection of Benchmade 940s or whatever, you know, like every color and every size, or all the Spydercos that were ever made, or a bunch of Chris Reeves and all this other stuff. Yeah, there are a lot of those other channels out there. They're not going to be living in an apartment on a fixed income and being retired, so, and if they are, well, you know, my hat's off to them, you know. They probably got a side job. Anyways, thanks for watching me rambling. Finish my coffee. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.